Hello, lovelies. It's G here from Golden Thread Tarot. And yes, the screen is supposed to just be dark because I really want to focus on just my voice and I just want you to focus on my voice and just the things that I'm saying, right? It's not about the visuals in this video. So I wanted to have like a little let's chat, like a little mini let's chat. Um, I have just really been absorbing so much information about reflecting on my own fears of lack and my own fears of doubt in myself, which makes me doubt the universe freely giving to me, right? So my spirit guides have been talking to me so much here recently about being so conscious and mindful of who and what and where you place your attention, your focus, your energy, because that's what's going to grow. So for me, I have really struggled around the fears of lack because that's what I was taught. I was taught that every day is a struggle. You are always on the struggle bus. You are always living paycheck to paycheck because that's just how the world is. That's how the world wants you to suffer and wants you to live. And for some reason, because of, well, it's not for some reason, it's because of that, because of that paradigm, because of that foundation, that thought process that was laid inside of me, that programming that I was given, that was passed down to me. I have just really felt like this fear of letting go and releasing and just freely giving. And yes, it's a really big shift for me. It's a really big shift to learn how to freely give to the right things, because I feel like something that I've really struggled with in my life is learning. I haven't really, so let me rephrase this. I think that I have on a soul level, on a subconscious level, um, because of the work I have done in past lives, I have been aware of this kind of you need to give. But I feel like I was taught to give, or I was conditioned to give to the wrong places and to the wrong people, right? Um, it's like freely just giving and giving and giving to that one person is never going to give back to you, because it's like, well, I must be being asked to endure through this. I must be not giving enough. I must not be trying enough. What I have to give must not be enough. And it's really this realization that I'm really trying to get myself to understand is that that's not true. That's the lie. That's the fear. That's the lack. That's that devil energy that wants you to believe that the person that you are and the things that you have to offer this world are not worth it, because you have been giving to people who don't want to recognize your worth because they can't match it. Now, not that that person is not a worthy person in their own way, but what you have to give, you are trying to give to the very people who are not going to appreciate it, right? um, when you are trying to show up in people's lives and when you are trying to be there in the ways that you can, but you have spent your time and your own fear has cultivated an atmosphere and has cultivated a community of people and a community of thought process around you that is based on that fear, that is based on the fact that, oh, I'm going to give, but it's not going to be enough. Yes, of course, you are going to have those people marrying that energy back to you, making you feel like no matter how hard you try, you're just spinning your wheels and it isn't going anywhere, because at the base of all of this is based on fear, not on the fact that you are truly actually trying to give because you know the universe will give back, right? Giving and receiving is an energy. So don't fear the lack. Give freely and the universe will do the same, right? But it matters what energy that you're giving, right? And it can be so ingrained in us that we will live in an unawakened, unconscious state, giving and living in these cycles, not even understanding how much we are really tearing our own, our own values apart, how much we really are setting ourselves up to receive the very thing that we are trying to run away from. And I was listening to a talk by Abraham Hicks the other day. I've talked about Abraham Hicks on the channel before, but in this talk, something that was said really stood out to me. This person was asking Abraham about their dreams. They were saying that in their waking state, they're actually a very positive person, but they are always having these really negative dreams and these really negative nightmares based on their fears and their anxieties. And so when they wake up in this state of kind of being like, it's like my day gets better, but I immediately, the first thing that I have first thing in the morning is fears, is stress, is anxiety. And although Abraham said a lot of things, one of the main things that just stood out to me so much, I had to go run and get a piece of paper and write it down, which is like, of course, but there is this kind of paradigm that so many of us that have this fear of lack have this mindset without even consciously realizing that we have this mindset of feeling like the universe is testing us to endure the pain, right? Abraham was saying, we don't want you to keep suffering. There is no value in enduring negative emotions. There is no value in staying in that friendship, in that relationship that makes you feel like you have to go above and beyond to get nothing but negative emotions in return. Right? There is no value in chasing after that person who wants to give their time and their love and their expression to other people. Stop. Stop. And that can be so much easier said than done, of course, right? But we are now in such a crucial time. And that's that's the message that Spirit wants me to get out today, is that we are in such a crucial time where the energies of the universe are lining up for you to come to this realization and to really take it into your being. Not to see it and think, wow, that's so profound, that's amazing, that should be on a t-shirt, or that should be on a bumper sticker, or that's so inspiring, let me write it down and then let me throw it away and forget it in a couple of hours. Let me be like, wow, I'm so inspired by this, but then let me turn around and do the very thing that I was inspired not to do. And I'm not saying this to get on you or to call you out or to trigger you or any of those things, right? I am just saying this to point it out, right? I am saying this so that maybe somehow, through hearing it through me, through hearing it through my voice, through hearing it through this setting, it will actually click for you. Because it can be so easy to hear these messages and tarot readings and be like, wow, that's so profound, but then fall right out of alignment right after you click off of the video, or run straight to that relationship that makes you feel just terrible. And Spirit just wants you guys to know that right? Your life doesn't have to be like this. Spirit is not testing you with these karmic people in your life. Is not testing you with this, oh my gosh, you're supposed to feel triggered. You're supposed to feel like you're healing and constantly, doing. No. Stop enduring the negative emotions. Stop giving to things that make you feel like you're not worth it. And that includes your own thought process. That includes things that you say, that you do about yourself that makes you feel like you're not worth it. Be aware of the moves that you make. Be aware of the thoughts that you think about yourself. And also, very much so, be aware of the thoughts that you think about other people. I feel like some of you right now are really battling with your worth and wanting to stand up for yourself and stand up to people in your life right now, and metaphorically, or maybe actually, like physically scream at the top of your lungs, like, I am worth it. Stop trying to waste your breath on somebody who doesn't see your worth, because your worth is evident. Your worth is intrinsic. It is already in your being. So stop wasting your fucking time with people that make you feel like you're just standing there like you're a fucking invisible ghost person who doesn't who those people can't see, because it's not because they're terrible people. It's not because they're evil. It's not because they're sent into your life straight from hell to fuck with you. It's because God wants you to see that it is not worth it to do the work for somebody else. You have enough work to do for yourself. So stop trying to do the work for somebody else and do your own work. Right? Stop trying to make that other person, or stop trying to make those other people, or stop trying to make your job see the value that you inherently have, and go to a place that sees your value, that it is apparent, because there are people, there are jobs, there are energies out there that your worth is apparent to, and they are just out there waiting for you to say, fuck it, why am I wasting my time with this other shit? Why am I wasting my time with these other people, these other fools out here, right? Why am I wasting my time with these clowns that are playing around? Let me go. Stop being a clown myself. Let me go wash the clown makeup off my face. Let me take my big old red nose off and do something a little bit different. Yeah, so I feel like I was trying to just feel if there was anything more that really needs to come out right now. I felt the message on my heart to come forward. I really hope that hearing this was what somebody needed to hear, So if you need somebody to tell you, sis, bro, cuz, however you want to be addressed, boo, let me tell you, stop fucking with that person that doesn't text you back. If you're waiting for the sign, this is your sign. Drop them. Right? Drop them like a hot rock and move on. Stop waiting for that person to give you that shot. Stop waiting for that family member to finally teach you, to finally show you, to finally treat you the way that they're supposed to treat you, just off the bat. Like, that's my mom, that's my brother, that's my sister, that's my cousin, that's my uncle. They should just be there for me. Stop waiting for them to step into that role. Stop waiting for them to step into that role. Because if they wanted to be there, if they wanted to do it, they would. And I know that's so hard to hear. I know that's so hard to hear. If that person, if that friend, if that lover, if they wanted to do it, they would. And that can hurt so bad, to realize that somebody that you have those feelings for, that somebody that you are placing too much value in what they are bringing to the table. You're overestimating because they're not bringing anything to the table. They're bringing negative emotions that somehow you have been taught. Okay, wake up. Wake up. Look. I swear, no matter when I do a reading, my alarm is always going off, I swear. But anyway, just stop waiting for them to bring it to the table, because they're not bringing anything to the table. They're not bringing what you really want to the table. So stop starving yourself. Stop waiting for them to bring it to the table, because what you're really waiting for is yourself. Is yourself to step up and say, you know what, fuck this table, forget that, forget the crumbs. Like, why am I sitting here? Why am I sitting here setting the table, waiting for you to serve dinner? And there's nothing. There's nothing on my plate. You're bringing nothing to the plate. And like I said, that doesn't mean, and it can be really hurtful, because you can see those people bringing things to other people's plates. Why do I get skipped over? Because they're not the one for you. And they don't have what you need. So stop giving to things that are not working in your life, and start giving that attention to finding solutions that are outside of that person. Because they're really inside of yourself, right? You already know this. I'm saying this, but you already know this, but you don't want to, because it is very painful to think about. It's very painful to think about. Those people don't have what you need. And when you really sit down, if you really sat down and took a couple of deep breaths, right? And really took yourself out of how triggered that you're feeling or how much you do want them to step up to the plate. Do you really want them? Do you really want them to step up to the plate? Because I have a feeling that for a lot of you, if this person, if this job, if this really stepped up, right? If you took yourself out of how much you just want it because you just want somebody, something to choose you or to step forward and be like, you're the one. Would you really actually be happy? This person, this place, this job, whatever, the only thing, right, that's going to change is that they just turn around and look at you. That's it. Okay, you've got that. Now that you're there, now that you're partnered up, now that you're there, now that those friends, there is a reason that the universe is not allowing those people to see your worth. It's because they wouldn't value it. They wouldn't value it. If they were finally able to sit down and turn around and go, wow, I could get so much from you, you'd hate it. And that's what Spirit wants you to know. You'd hate it so much. To stop chasing after the fear of lack, the fear of lack of acknowledgement, the fear of lack of eyes being on you, of attention, of affection being showered on you. Because when you are chasing after it, it doesn't want to be with you, because your energy is actually repelling that away. So stop fighting yourself, because your energy itself is trying so hard to tell you that what you're fighting for, that those emotions, that fear, that guilt, that shame that you're chasing after so hard will not serve you. So let that person, let that friend group, let that lover, let those family members turn their back on you. Let them do it. And as painful as it is to be in that state of accepting that person, that place, that whatever it is, it does not want you, it's not for you. And you can't get to the accepting that it's not for you until you turn around and face that. Until you face that pain. So stop running away from that pain and face it. And then you might find yourself being like, you know what? Why am I fighting for that so hard? That's my unhealed inner child that doesn't want to be denied, or doesn't want to be rejected, or doesn't want to be acknowledged, that doesn't want to be ignored, excuse me. You want that acknowledgement. But at the same time, your higher self is trying to tell you you would not be happy with it. So let it go. Don't have a fear of things that don't align with you not aligning with you. Don't have a fear of things that just don't vibe with you not aligning with you. Stop trying to fit those square pegs and round holes, and let it go. All right, my loves, that's what the Spirit has and wanted me to bring to you today. Thank you for listening to my little rant. I really, really hope, like I said at the end of the day, my words were never meant to make you feel bad about yourself, right? They were never meant to trigger you in the sense of making you feel ashamed about your actions. Don't. Just open your eyes to them. Just open your eyes to them. Allow yourself to start that grieving process so that you can get to that acceptance, so that you can get to that. And don't let the fear of feeling that pain of going through that process to stop you from making the realizations that Spirit needs you to make. Okay? As always, thank you so very much to my spirit guides, to your spirit guides for guiding you here. If you like the content, please give it a like, share it if you feel like this message could help somebody else. Comment down below and let me know if this resonated. If you claim this, tell me down in the comment section down below that you claim this, that this is ringing that damn bell inside your mind. You're like, damn, I knew I needed to hear this morning, okay? Or whatever it is, morning, noon, or night, that you're hearing this. Thank you for giving me the time of day, okay? Thank you for listening to my words. Thank you for giving yourself the chance to hear this message. Love and light, okay, you guys? I really hope that this gave you the love, light, and clarity that you were really looking for, okay? Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you lovelies in the next one, okay? Bye.